All right. So, oh my god. All right. So, I am here today with everybody. We're going to be discussing the Forbidden Unlimited card list for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's coming up for this, effective from July 1st, 2021. I'm here with the guys again, McDonald, John, Gio, and Dylan. And so, I do just want to come and say to everybody that I am sorry about not sticking to my schedule. Said this was going to be on Wednesday, but the list came out today, and so I thought the best time to have a discussion for this week would be on this Monday, since we got this list just what it was a couple hours ago. Yeah, yeah,
It was
ago.
around noon.
yeah. Oh yeah, and then we have my boy Adrian too. He's here as well. So we're all going to be
Yeah.
discussing about this. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to be posting up everybody's links for Twitch. I wanted to support everybody who's on here as well, because they support me as well, and we want to show that Texas love to everybody. So, I guess, do we start off with the forbidden cards or the unlimited cards?
Sure.
Limited ain't there stocked out, but it's just the one.
It's mainly gonna be forbidden and limited, so
Yeah.
we'll start with forbidden.
All right. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Because the first card that we're going to be discussing today is going to be Guard Dragon LB. I know that a lot of people saw this coming.
It's about time. People have been asking for this for what, 4 formats now? Crazy.
I think it's
They were
actually
wanting this card gone back when.
it's been a
It's
little
like
bit
they were
longer
wanting
than
this
that.
gone with Agripane. Oh yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah, ever since Agripane got banned, the people have been wanting LP gone too. It was inevitable. I mean, just it doesn't really stop. I mean, it really doesn't stop. Dragon Link all that much. I mean, yeah, it's one less summon, but trust me, they'll find more ways to get those negates on the board. So
Yeah.
I agree. I think that Dragon Link, like dragons, just in general, have too many cards that exist for the deck to like completely die. But I don't think it's going to be as resilient as it once was at full power, or even
They haven't hit any main deck stuff. It's just gonna take a turn again. The deck's gonna shift. That's what it always does when it gets hit. LP hurts a lot, so
Yeah, now you can't. My bad, I didn't mean to.
you're good. Go.
Now you can't like search stuff like as easily. Like you just can't get like you can't even really play tiding and stuff consistently anymore. You can't just throw like random dragon engines in your deck anymore.
Yep.
You need something that's more cohesive and more archetype based, like a Dragoonity, like Dylan was saying.
Yep.
My bad. Anyways, you what were you saying?
No, you're good. I think it's a good hit. Deck is the deck's gonna be resilient and find another way again. May not be as quick or prevalent. It may take a few formats, but that's usually what happens with dragons is they die for a few formats and they just come back.
What really hurt was something else that happened with. That's what really hurt.
That's what hurt.
That's what really put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
In,
we'll
in,
get to that here.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
LP,
you feel
LP,
about it?
LP made most of the people happy, so
Yeah.
it is.
I'm actually a little bit sad for it to see it go, because it does give you a consistency that you want to see in the deck, but I mean, it has to evolve into something new, and they have the options, and now with all the Dragoonity support, they can go that route too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still got sealed.
They still have steel. Yeah, check out our
Yeah.
last damn discussion and prediction video for that.
Still,
Still plays through rock.
Yeah.
That's the search for Brotar. Rock me, baby.
Yeah, now you ask to get rock, so you can get seal surge.
That's the new LP.
That card's probably the best card in their extra deck still at this point. It's just Seal is just so powerful, just the bounce and the surge. It's so good.
Dang, bro. That means there's not gonna be any more cute interactions with like Chaotic Ruler and Hot Red because you can't really play Rockets then.
I'm still
Yeah.
sad that I picked up Red Eyes MD though still, because I thought I was hoping that the deck wasn't gonna get hit. I was like, man, you know what? Everybody's right. Like it's too late in the format. And, like they haven't been doing as much, and I was like, okay, so they shouldn't hit it, but nah.
Now you just play 3 black metal, 3 safer. If you play a Dragon Maid engine, cool, but it's gonna be a weird deck now.
I think you have to just play like Dragoonity.
Yeah.
Do you
You
think?
can't really pile stuff together anymore.
No.
Reliably.
So do you think that Dragon Link as a deck will move to tier 2 now?
It's Rogue now.
I think
Rogue?
Dragon Link as a deck is Rogue now because Dragon Link implies a pile of dragons. I think Dragoonity might be like a tier 2 deck or something.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Like, with me personally, like, let the format like kind of figure out where it's going to sit. I mean, it's going to be Rogue for a little bit, but I'm almost positive someone's going to find a way to break it because, like I said, they still have the steel. I mean, they still have Striker Dragon, one of it, but they still have it. I mean, there's still plays that can be made that are good. I mean, losing the Brotar summon off from the deck, or just niche summons that you can get, it sucks. But I mean, the deck still has some power in it. It's going to take. You just got to give them a few weeks to figure out the combos, and I'm pretty sure the deck will be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't think it's going to be top tier like it was.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think it's gonna be that tier 1. I think it's.
I think they hit the resilience until someone breaks the deck. Then okay, cool. I'll eat my words, and then the deck will be broken again. But I don't.
Yeah.
I think that like now because they hit what they hit for Dragon Link. I think the deck is. I don't want to say dead. I think it's just a rogue contender now.
I think the fact is, like,
Yeah.
no matter what, the deck is going to be very, very, very different. It's just not even the same deck anymore. If someone does break it or something.
Yeah, no, they hitting LP. Like I honestly didn't think they would hit LP just because LP is like such a key consistency piece for it. And that's not usually something that like Konami does, but I think they finally gave in to people, asking for
Also,
for LP to be hit.
I'll ask another question once we get to the semi-limited list and limited list in regards to the Dragon.
I
Link
mean, since we're already so far in it, we can just go ahead and discuss the other hit if you want.
are we talking about the rocket?
Yeah, Striker.
Yeah, Striker. Yeah, so now I think because of the rocket also being hit, that took a huge toll to the deck, right?
Yeah, Striker is the hit.
Yeah.
That's the problem for a Dragon player. That's the actual problem.
Yeah,
think
now in the
that,
game, the Striker does make it really good too.
Because the deck actually could, like, Dragon Link could have played without LB if it had 3 Striker Dragon.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I agree. I think that LP like was definitely a good hit, but Striker Dragon was just the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, because I actually did not see that coming. I was just like, I knew it was like a really broken card because like after seeing all the plays, I was like, damn, I was like Striker really like comes clutch with all this stuff, and I was like, yeah.
Me personally, the way I'm thinking about the Striker Dragon hit is now that it makes Striker Dragon the rocket engine, and as general, just like a niche engine that you play with everything now. It's a lot like how Striker was there for a little bit once everything started getting hit for them.
Well,
It was
you
just
just
a
don't.
niche engine.
Yeah, you just don't play it. The tuner access it provides you just don't play it. You just play Dragoonity.
I think you still might be able to play it, but just as kind of what as Adrian's saying, just like because Striker at 1 still means that like rockets in hand are like extenders because you get to boot, right? So like having that in the Dragoonity deck still might be good, but the real problem with Striker hit to 1 is that you like the Dragon Link deck, like the pile deck, you can no longer like have like a grind game or anything with the pile, so you need Dragoonity.
Yeah.
I'll step
So,
away
like,
for. I'm
what I
gonna
was
step away for
referring to
1
is,
second,
like-
but you guys keep talking, okay? Just stepping away for just a second.
So
You can't do
like what I was referring to with the Striker with the Striker Dragons, like I've seen stuff like we've seen it around our locals and everything too, where we've seen people just throw in a Striker Dragon and a couple of rocking cards just to get the Borlo Savage out, stuff like that. I mean, it's a niche engine now that you can splash in to certain dark decks if you want to, but I mean,
Well, what it really
it's
kills.
there.
Yeah, what it really kills is like follow up or mid game because you can't
Exactly.
just do recharger whenever you want.
Yeah.
You don't get to,
Exactly.
especially because Dragon Link evolved to where the middle of a combo you would Striker Dragon pop no matter what, even with or without Recharger. It completely kills like the way the combo goes. So I'll still stand by like you can play some Rockets, but it's definitely.
I don't think it's the most optimal. Yeah, I don't think it's the most. I agree with John. I don't think it's the most optimal build. I think that you just full commit to like something that's more optimal. Like I said, for Dragons, there's always going to be more optimal options.
It is, yeah,
absolutely. And I agree with that too. I mean,
go.
Yeah, this is for your niche decks too. Like your people that want to play Engine, will find a way to make it negate. They can't do it naturally. That's the only reason why. Like
I'm
Striker
sure
1 is fair.
Yeah, I'm sure pure Rocket players are crying right now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Your boy's back.
Striker is still very important though. Rockets in your deck, whatever, like, because it just says level 4 lower dragon, and like that's just too good in any dragon deck. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
I feel like that's
plus
like,
future proofing.
Yeah, and if you're playing like Chaos Space, you can still put the Striker back into your extra deck. So like you can still do that. Now, granted, you need Chaos Space in your hand, but like that's still like, so there's. I'm just saying there's still potential. But John and Gio could be right.
I just want to make McDonald a little bit jealous. You know, we got some horchata.
Oh my goodness.
Horchata, man.
You wanted the
we want to talk about
not today.
Anybody have anything else with the dragon cards, or do we want to move on to the next picture?
Yeah, it's a next forbidden card. Man, this one hurt me it hurt me a little bit, and I do want your guys' opinion on this. So the next card that we're going to be talking about is Zodiac Dryden. Yeah, I got
Mommy.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessary.
I feel like it was unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that hitting the Dryden it definitely did hurt the deck. Like it would really hurt pure Zoo, but Tri Brigade Zoo, it didn't really hurt the deck at all. But as far as like the combos go with Tri Zoo, like it wasn't any more broken than like what Dragon Link could do and have done for a long time. Or like it's a 1-card combo that gets you advantage, but I still think that combo exists, but it's no longer as powerful as it was. You can still get free advantage, but I think there's just same thing, better cards that exist. This game has been around for a really long time. There's cards that are really old that exist that do the same thing, but
I'm not very familiar with Tri-Zoo. Did Dryden like pop itself to put the beast in the grave?
So it killed the whole put 3 XYZs on the board thing.
Yep.
Because you can't summon Dragon pop Ram now, so you just get 2.
Oh, the Dragon Ram combo.
I mean,
yeah.
So here's an interesting thing, right? If you open up Barrage Rat, it's still that combo.
Yeah, they didn't put Barrage to 3 though.
Yeah.
last time we had Dryden Dam, Barrage was at 3.
Yeah, that's the one problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the ability to the combo is still there if you open good enough, and I'm not saying this is all just based on luck. Players will figure stuff out.
But it's just that 1 out of 40 cards that's gonna be really hard to get.
It's 2 1 cards, like it's 2 cards that are limited.
But it seems like
and Tinky. They didn't hit your Tinky.
Yeah.
You get more rats.
Still being a 3 is good.
But 1 Barrage.
Yeah, you get more rats, but 1 Barrage. Yeah, exactly.
I would rather have Tinky than Dryden, I think.
Yeah, but
in Tri-Zoo.
In Tri-Zoo, like,
I mean,
you're gonna, if you open up Barrage and Tenki, you're not, like, if you're committing the Tenki to doing that play, then you're probably losing the game. Because Tenki is just such as like other things that you
just get Fractal.
I just mean like, I just mean the ability to search Rat and send like Ram with Rat.
Yeah.
See, but like, there's so many cards in that deck though that can dump cards. I mean, they obviously play the Foolish. They play the 3 of. They play. I don't know how many Thoroughblades they play at the moment, but I mean, at this point, it seems like you bump it up to 3 Thoroughblades to get the discard for the Ram. I mean, there's ways to get it to the grave. I mean, it's very, very suboptimal. Don't get me wrong. I understand what I'm saying here.
So,
but,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's just there's ways to get that Ram into grave to still do the combos and everything. But yeah, that hit hurts pure Zoo more than it hurts any other deck that plays the Zoo engine, which just seems really kind of weird to me because Pure Zoo hasn't done a whole lot, and the only reason why they were doing a whole lot to begin with was because of Zeus.
Yeah.
And
So,
we already know they're not going to hit Zeus.
Yeah. So the reason so a deck top this past weekend in the LCS with like 3 Thoroughblade, like that's okay. But the reason 3 Thoroughblade isn't great is because you're still only getting a Link 2 out of it. You still can't do Trident Ram.
Yeah.
So it only facilitates a Link 2, which is okay. Whereas you could just play more. I don't know. It's in a weird spot. Like you could play other cards. Geo. Like Geo's got a lot of things figured out. I'll let him talk about another card he would play if he wants to. But.
Yeah. I mean, the card's not a secret. There's people that are playing it now in the deck, but it's Rescue Cat. Like Rescue Cat does the same thing as Rat, but it
Oh, I see what y'all are talking about now.
it ends up
The
not.
dragon can't pop the ram. Yeah.
Yeah, it ends up not.
Yep.
Negging you as much. Well, not negging you, but like it ends up costing less for the combo and gives you a better interaction, like a better first turn play than Rat would have anyways. Like the Trident play would have anyways, but.
If you play Cat, you can play Gamma again, and since you lost a spot in the extra deck, you can just play Omega.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. But that's something, theory for another time that I would have to like go into and see if it's worth. But pulling a card out of someone's hand is always like really good, and just doing it for free is really good as well. And
Yeah, because they neg 2 because they chained Ash to the Cat and then you Gamma, so then you
yeah,
Omega,
yeah,
so it's a neg
exactly.
2.
And playing through a banish and a bounce and like all this other stuff that you can do with the try.
New format giveaway. What? No. Give out a Trident.
Give out a Trident. I got
Yeah,
a first edge secret Trident for you.
So what do you guys think about Zoo going forward as an engine?
Zeus Turbo, baby.
Yeah, Zoo. I still think that Zodiac is still gonna be played because all you need to do really is just go into Borbo and just like smack it because like Zeus is still like a terrifying card. Like
I think that Zeus is one of the most powerful extra deck cards at the moment. Like Zeus and Access Code are definitely up there. Like Zeus not being once per chain or even once per turn is ridiculous, and just being able to make a 6 material Zeus or 4 material Zeus even like that's still a cause for you to play the deck.
That's actually something that Dryden took away was you can't make a 6 material Zeus now. It's only 5.
Yeah, the only way you can make the 6 materials
Including
is
the
now
monster.
hard
Well,
summon.
no, yeah, you definitely can. It's
But you
just
The extra deck Zeus are Kong, Boar, Chalk, Mortar, and then you have the normal summon, so that's 5
Yeah.
material.
then you just search the whiptail.
But
Oh wait, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Four material Zeus is really like.
Yeah, 4
I mean,
material
you
Zeus.
can equip You can still equip the Whiptail before you summon Zeus.
yeah.
Yeah, you can
Because
still if you
Whiptail's
draw a
a quick
Whiptail
attack.
and a Zeus, yeah, you get 6. Yeah.
Or if you draw a tank.
Yeah, or like if you draw a Tinky Barrage, then it's also a 6 material Zeus because you just hard make one of the Xyz.
Thank you for
Yeah.
everybody who's viewing. We're up to 5 viewers currently so far. We were at just like 2, 3, so that's good. People like these types of discussions, I think, just. So we're just going down the list basically. We talked about Guard Dragon LP, Striker Dragon, and now talking about Dryden and how Zoo is going to be moving forward. And that basically Zoo is still going to be being played. It's just you're solely dependent on Zeus now. So now you got to really wait when you play your Zoo card, just because some people were just like still putting Dryden out there just as a pop. But now you literally can't do that. So it kind of sucks the Dryden got hit, but this is what
I
Konami
still
thinks
feel
is best.
personally though, like the Tri-Brigade Zoo list though is still really good though.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I mean,
no,
you're still achieving the same result.
yeah, no, 100%. The
Even
deck
without
just plays
trying.
other cards that Trevor Gadzu just plays other cards that facilitate the deck better than
Yeah.
like the Zoo engine. There were other cards that I was playing that a lot of the times, and I had a discussion with one of our friends about like the theory behind that, but it's more or less I think unscathed. The turn.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
It actually went through really, really good. In fact, there might be a little hidden thing that some people just. I want to test around with it and see if it works. But like another card that came off of this list might be interesting to play because it can get free advantage on the board. To see how it works, though. It's really niche, though. So, like I said, I want to test it and see.
Okay. All right, so let's go on to this list, and now we're going to talk about the limited list. And there's a couple cards in here. We already talked about one out of the 5 that are in here, and we're going to make Dylan a little bit wet with one of the cards being mentioned in here. All right, so the first card is going to be Misk. How does everybody feel about this? I personally dislike dinos, so I'm actually happy for this.
It's fine. It makes it to
Ash
where
called by GG.
yeah, it just makes it to where Lancia really doesn't need to be played in the format now.
Really?
Yeah, because Dragons got hit, and then Dino was just like that one check that you also played it for.
I kind of disagree, but only for the reason of a deck that I think is going to be relevant again.
Oh, are you talking about Alistair decks?
No, I think Eldritch and Dog Invoke, but I think Eldritch is going to have a good place in the format. But that's another conversation.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree with BD. I was actually going to say the same thing. I was going to say that I think you still play Lancia in this format just because, normally after a ban list, everyone devolves back to just play trap decks.
So summon
And not
Alistair.
only that, too.
Yeah, exactly. Summon Alistair, make, Mecha pass, like...
Dog and
Not only
coming
that,
from
too,
the Dog
Tri
Invoke.
Brigade Don't forget about Tri Brigade, too. Tri Brigade's still extremely relevant right now.
Yeah, well, that was going to be like...
Untouched.
That was going to be a little more into what I was saying. Like, you don't play the Lancia, now you just play better cards for Tri, so you just play Bell.
cards.
You just play Bell and Perm.
Yeah.
I think Bell just, like, offers more of, like, a wider range of, like, decks that it affects than, like, Lancia would have if the correct thing is to, like, do the...
Yeah, because Bell hits Schism, it hits Drytron, it hits Revolt,
I think there's more thought behind siding Lancia now.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. There is definitely more thought behind it. It's going into an event, you have to think about what kind of decks you're going to be playing against, but...
Yeah.
And so what do you think about the actual hit to Miscellaneous, like to Dinosaur deck?
My bad.
No,
See, that's what Miss did, right? That's what Miss did. It was a check.
Yeah.
It was just a check.
I mean, have you read the card? I mean, the card needed to go one.
You're still
It
playing
did,
7 copies of it. You're still playing 7 copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still playing, exactly, 7 copies of Misk. If not,
It does hurt their grind game though, because once the one
Yes.
they don't have the graveyard.
They
Granted,
are
they
ATK.
they're trying to kill as fast as possible, but still, that is a factor.
It does take away their option to play Dark Ruler no more now, because they have to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think Dragon Dinosaur decks just inherently they just inherently like don't make strong boards like what is it, Dulka and
Dolkalagia or
Dulkalagia and
Abyss Dweller.
Conductor, like that. I mean, I guess Abyss Dweller as well, but those really don't. Those boards really aren't that terrifying right now in the meta. There's just decks that play through those.
Dweller in this format is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, against Drytron.
But the deck already
Dryzutu.
the deck was already known for
Yeah, I
bricking, and it was already known for bricking, and now it just lost 2 of its best consistency cards. So like, it does still have 7, but even with the full 9, it was bricking. So it has to go second, and if it just has no going first.
It does open up the window for you to actually respond to that OV effect. It's not just like, oh, I'm not even touching OV Raptor because they have Misk.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
You better have it,
yeah,
especially if they searched OV with Fossil Dig.
exactly. Yeah.
That's another thing is they have to have the card, or they have to waste the search to get the Misk, and then hope that you don't have the Ash or the hand trap or anything to stop it. But
Because it still loses to an Ash.
They probably have to play. They probably have to play Diagram again.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Yeah. To pop the babies and the...
Ooh, True King builds.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think they have to, but I think it's something that they might think about.
you guys don't think that people will just gravitate towards the I think this was a money move on Konami's part. To be honest, I think they want Scrap Dino to be a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if I
I
really
think
want to
people
do
just gravitate towards Scrap Dino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. Push
Could be.
push Lightning
Does this-
Overdrive.
Can the scrap stuff pop babies out of hand?
I don't think so.
actually
I
don't
think
know.
I think they only pop on field.
Yeah. The only one that pops is scrap wyvern.
So you still have to open like a Lost World so you can OV for token and baby
Yeah.
for baby. Yeah.
All right.
But it still doesn't like the scrap combo is, I think it's really underrated, but I think it just loses to a lot of things.
Yeah,
And the scrap combo and Dino.
I feel like it takes too much to do so little for what it does.
I agree. I think the scrap combo solely exists just to get cards out of your opponent's hand. Really is like that's the main reason that you would play it. But
I do have my scrap things going. I was like, but just in case it does like go off, but I just don't see it being as relevant in next couple of weeks and stuff like that. Especially the Dino deck, like like John said, is like it was already having a difficult enough time with all the cards being at 3, and now it's lost some of the cards to being consistent at that point. All right. Well, the next card is going to be Perform Pow Skull Crobat Joker. How's everybody feeling about the pendulums? Because I did not have a good time with pendulums when they were out.
It did nothing.
It got banned in a week because it did something.
It honestly didn't do anything. Like it's the same thing like with everything else. There's other cards that exist that do more things than Skull Crobat Joker does. Like, and Skull Crobat Joker facilitating some of those things, like that's fine. You know what I mean? There's just more points of interaction where the deck could just possibly lose.
Wait, are we talking about just Perform Pow Skull Crobat Joker or the Pepe deck when it originally came out?
It's one consistency card. It's one consistency card.
And then
here's the one thing I have to say about the pin stuff.
Better.
Yeah, you have would you rather normal summon a blue boy and draw 2 or normal summon a Joker? That's your pick.
Like this is the only thing I have to say about the the fucking pin stuff is Electromite is still banned, so the deck is still not as consistent as it should be.
That's really where the ceiling lies.
Yeah, Electromite. If Electromite was in the same format as Celine, I could see it. Yeah, I could see the deck being tier 2, tier 1.5, probably.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of this, like the Scroll Combat, it's nice for old pin players to finally have that back, but it really doesn't do a whole lot in this current format with so much negation going on in so many ways that you can just stop pin in their tracks. I mean, it's really just there to try to help them be somewhat relevant.
Yeah, because we're technically in the mixed format. We're in a hand trap format, but we're also in a break board format because of all the cards that are available. So it's like Pendulum does play through hand traps fairly well, but there's still break your board cards, which I also think that like us also being in a format where people are like choosing to play traps and like stuff like Tri Zoo and Pure Zoo and like any other deck that can play like traps, especially like the new Amazement stuff that just can't. I think that people just maining Strike just kind of inherently makes pendulums worse, just because having your whole pendulum summon Strike is never a fun thing.
Always good to say 15 go +4.
Hey, the only thing I hate is just when I create my boards and it's like, hey, break my board all the time, and I'm just like, and they always draw it. They always draw Dark Wheel No More and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, thank you. But I mean, I guess it's kind of fair, because the game shouldn't be so one-sided, and that's one of the things I did, with the Dragon Link. But it was coming to the format where right now it just wasn't. It was performing that, but there was too many outs for it. So it's mixed feelings between like the breaker boards and all that stuff. I like degenerate Yu-Gi-Oh at times. Well, a lot of times I like it.
I think the only format that I like degenerate Yu-Gi-Oh was Pepe format, like full power Pepe.
I still remember my friends actually just buying the case, and they were so happy, and literally a couple days later, just everything everything in that booster box just got hit. I was just like,
Yeah.
woo! I was like, that's how powerful that deck was. I was like,
Yeah, dude, it is. I
That-
played one event with full power Pepe, and then
Didn't
it got
they-
hit the next weekend.
and it was
Wasn't there only one big event?
It
Yeah,
was-
YCS Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YCS Chicago.
I
First,
hate
also,
the deck so much.
also, shoutouts to my boy Uriel Diaz for being the only Cosmo player to get top 4 at YCS Chicago in a Pepe format.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. That
Yeah.
is. That is.
My boy
impressive.
Uriel is nice. He's nice with it. Best Cosmo player I know.
And Pepe was just rampant at that time, so like to play with Cosmos at that point, yeah.
Yeah. I think the Skull Cravat hit is like,
Almost
it's whatever.
cotton.
But I think the Monkey Board coming back to 1 would have
Would have been better.
Yeah. given
It
you a
doesn't
little.
waste your normal summon.
Yeah. Giving
Oh,
you
you
that
don't really
little
care.
je ne sais
Scale
quoi.
So we already
No,
talked
I-
about Striker Dragon. We already gave our thoughts about that. And now Salmon Grace, they get the Mirage Stalio back.
Yay,
So-
they're still tier 2.
Hey, but at least it's something. It's like they semi care.
Like, hey, we understand that this was a really bad hit to begin with, so a year and a half later, we'll give it back to you, I guess.
I think Salad
I've-
does pretty well in new formats, like when it comes into new formats. And now that it has Stalia, it's just straight up like you don't have to like choose which one you want, if you want the trap or if you want like Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
That helps out a whole bunch, actually.
The only thing it hurts is that you can't Stalio and access code in the same turn.
That is true.
That's
Yeah.
it.
But it helps your turn 1 plays. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think knowing like what I was saying about Eldritch earlier, well, another deck, obviously like the deck to beat now is Drytron, and I think whatever deck can play, I don't know this for a fact, but whatever deck can play like droplets in the main, plus of like good hand traps and stuff, and can like play through hand traps, probably has a good like chance going up against that deck going into the format. But Drytron's still like up here now and doesn't really have a lot of competitors other than maybe Trizu. I just
Yeah.
don't know what Trizu does. So
Hey, if you want to know someone who
Big
doesn't know
bird,
anything
bird.
about Trizu, me. I literally been playing and I do not know what I do with it.
We also have access
Like-
to Geo and Lorenzo at the same time.
Yeah.
And Tom.
Yo,
Yeah.
Tom's
Yeah.
getting
I mean-
the knowledge.
I mean, I know what it
I was
does,
like,
but I don't.
I was playing the deck.
Eliminating.
I was
It's Drytron.
what's it called? I was playing the Tri Brigade deck before like the Tri Brigade Zoo thing went off, and that list is freaking insane. Just being able to get so much material into your grave as quickly as possible with the Zoo engine just makes that deck being able to pump out their most ideal boards, and it's a very hard board to break as is. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, it can stand a chance against Drytron, but I still think Drytron's gonna be the best deck in the format either way.
That was the dope thing about Pure Zoo is that I was probably gonna play it last format because it could play Shifter, and like Shifter was just such an impressive card last format, and that was like the deck, the anti-meta deck was Pure Zoo in my mind, because it just like.
It had the highest win rate on DB rated.
And so now I think Salad might take that spot, Eldritch might take that spot, you know what I mean? Like Dog and Bogue might take that, but I think Salad is one of those that could take that spot, especially with the Stallion.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Having
agree. I
the,
think that
having the
this-
bounce is nice.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think the Stalio's okay. Like I don't think that like Salad's gonna like do anything super crazy now. Like
No, yeah.
nothing that
just
it's
like-
always like done, but it always has like this habit of sneaking into events and
It's just
helping, taking
anti-meta.
them one- Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's anti-meta. It has such like a small engine that you put in whatever you want. Like it's got like almost 16 flex spots to put into the deck, and it's crazy. But the I think adding the Mirage Stallia just makes the deck more consistent. I don't think that Mirage Stallia is that powerful of a card because it says target a card. Like,
You know,
No, yeah.
still won't
It's
get
just
rid of Dragoons.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think now that you bring that up, I do think that we are going to start to see a surge of like decks that just play Dragoons because
Yep.
of the list.
Correct. I agree.
My boy Dragoon survived.
It is sad. That probably means it's probably gonna get hit sometime.
All right.
Sure.
John, go to the next card. I'm not saying
All
anything on the next card. That's all Dylan. That's
Yeah, we're leaving that for Dylan, man. So the next card is Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. He was waiting for that. He was like, I'm about to show them all. Like, this is what I think about the list. It was like, I got them.
You got all the first dead secrets, bro.
Jeez. Yeah. You ready to play Side Strikers again?
Alright, here's my honest thoughts.
Okay.
This deck is not going to do anything. It's my honest thought. But,
I think. Yeah.
but, so like, the cool thing about this, it gives the deck the consistent power that it needed to begin with. Still play cards like triple tactic stuff because it's basically like Engage, but like worse and better in a sense. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I don't really want to say much more. I gotta save that for Vegas.
Hey,
I think it's just another anti-meta contender. I just didn't say it earlier because I was waiting for the Engage to be announced.
Yeah.
But I think it's another anti-meta contender. Like now, because Engage is a power card in that deck because it's a pressure card. I mean, it's not just consistency. Like it's follow up to like if you don't kill me, I like +1, +2 even. You know what I mean? Like because you can do it twice in one turn. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I think it's still
So, hey Dylan. So, do you think that most builds of Striker are just going to go back to the Mystic Mind Control variant now?
No. Not at all.
I think it's going to be more combo based.
What sucks. Oh my bad.
Go ahead.
What sucks about Striker is Droll's probably going to be popular, so
Yep.
Striker is just going to eat poo-poo.
Yeah.
In those situations, you know.
Yeah, Gerald Lockburn has been seeing a lot of play lately, and so especially because it's Drytron right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, it really just depends on who's like playing the deck, because there's like, I've talked about this a lot with multiple people. There's ways of building your deck to top an event and ways of building your deck to win the event. If you're building Striker to top the event, you're probably not going to do as well as you would to build your deck to win the event.
Yeah.
It's really just a pilot on who's actually like playing the deck itself.
For sure.
The only thing that I do hate about this Engage is that I didn't get the rolls in time, and now they're $50. So I'm kind of a little salty about that because I do.
But also like the cool thing about Striker, it could play all the good hand traps and still like play one monster, which is just really Ray, and you can still win because your deck is built to play against the best decks because you can main as many good cards as you want.
Yep.
Yeah, you can literally customize your deck to win the tournament, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also think that Triple Team Tactics is a really good card in Striker because they have so many cards that they activate that say like hand trap me please, and then like there's like Triple Team Tactics draw 2 or Triple Team Tactics like
Look at their hand. That's on the back.
Force of
Also adds
Century.
more spells to your grave.
oh yeah, Force of Century exactly.
Yeah,
and
and
it puts
puts
more
spells.
spells. Yep. I think that deck just, and I also think that Mystic Mind is just falling out of favor with that deck because once again traps exist in the meta.
Yep.
And decks that just play traps are like anti-meta decks like Guru or Ultrageist. Like Mystic Mind does nothing against those decks. They just don't care. They can play through it or play around it.
And so many back row decks are just getting blown out by Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclone, Harvey
Yeah,
Feather
exactly.
Duster, Lightning Storms.
Yeah, going on to that too. It's an early format, so there's gonna be a lot of back row decks being played. So a lot of people are gonna start main decking all the back row hate.
Yep.
So that's why I don't think this deck is gonna be as good. But it's still gonna be definitely it's still gonna have a spot somewhere.
Do you think it's going to be tier 1.5?
No.
No?
Tier 2 at best.
Tier 2 at best?
Yeah, I agree. Too.
What about you, Johns?
I think
You
it's just
agree?
like salad. It's just anti-meta. Like you can just customize it to like beat the meta, but that doesn't make it a top tier. It just makes it like an anti-meta deck, which is usually like
Yeah.
tier 2.
The deck's gotten more toolbox items since Engage got banned. With like Zeke and stuff, but
Yep.
or like Zeke was out before he got banned. I can't remember, but like you can do like access code combo with Hulk and all that. But
What's really cool is that with Engage back, that's 2 Hornet Bit for people to try out
it's
in decks.
it's another Ray, it's another Hornet bit.
It's a splashable now because now like or Hornet Drones.
Drones.
Yeah, I don't know why I said bit. Anyways, but yeah.
That's the OCG name.
Oh, there you go. That's
How
some
does
food
that
for
deck
thought.
out Dragoons?
Hmm?
How does that deck out
Uh,
Dragoons?
You go he XD, hope to draw forbidden droplets. If you don't, you might as well just scoop your cards up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom is entering the chat.
Or just
Oh, I've been here
triple
for a
team
while.
tactics.
Oh, you
right?
have?
Triple
Oh,
team
okay.
tactics,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Al Dragoons?
Oh yeah, triple T, non-target change of heart.
Tom,
Yep.
you got 2 Hornet Drones in your Orcus deck now. How does that feel? Oh wait, you don't like goons and Orcus.
No, like it still doesn't, to me, do anything. Like
No, yeah, not in combo.
Well,
Well,
engage,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
engage to 1 just means Striker as a pure deck is like completely more playable. But I wouldn't
Yeah.
splash it in anything because it just does nothing. Like you're like if you like late game draw your engage, like what are you gonna do? Like
Oh, yeah, no,
like,
that's
you're not
nuts.
playing any targets. Like you need engage at 3 to see all that stuff and generate all that advantage early. So like
But if you're,
it just makes
if you're- yeah, my bad.
just makes a rogue deck better. Like
Yeah. If you're playing Hoarded Drones in decks, you're probably playing it in combo decks. So you're not trying to go late game.
oh for sure, but if you just don't see
You're
the
trying to get
engage,
paid.
but
Still over here with the
No, but
flex.
agreed. But even probably decks that play Hornet Drones are all rogue. So like the decks that are doing what I'm talking about. So yeah.
Just
There's
give me
just-
one Colossus, baby.
there's just
Oh,
better cards
no,
I think as like
no.
extenders now.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody
You
likes
could get
Thunder
all the
Dragons.
Colossus in exchange for 1 harp.
Hey, I agree with that.
I'll give you.
I agree with that too.
I'll give you a 3 for 1 deal. I'll give you a 12
I'll
for
ding
1
that
deal.
Colossus
Yeah,
all
it
day, baby.
For a harp, yeah, dude.
If you
Could you
bring-
imagine, bro? The
Let's
scratch breakers?
trade.
Oh, you got the Dryden now?
Zodiac Guarente.
Sheesh, got that
More in,
Yeah, dude, harp effect summon Girsu. Oh,
Let's go.
and this is, oh yeah, and you know what? This is all right before the first remote YCS.
yeah, they
Oh,
dropped this thing real early for that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. They wanted it to succeed. They wanted the YCS to succeed, so they felt like they had to.
Yeah. This is in this list, right before YCS, literally. Because
That's probably why they hit Dragon League, because nobody wanted to watch Dragon League.
Dragon League win another big tournament. Oh,
they just want to combo
Listen,
everywhere.
we're not commentating Dragon League again, bro. We're not watching Seals set tidying pass. Get out.
But they're
get
not
that
even
outta here.
streaming the first the first days.
maybe I don't know.
They're
That's true.
only streaming the last couple rounds.
I still think Dragon League has the. If they didn't hit what they hit, I still think it had the resilience to top.
It's just an unpopular deck. Like people just don't want to see it in general. Like the community. I mean, it was broken. But I think another thing that really got LP hit was just and Striker at the same time was just we don't like that card. Please kill it. Kill it.
Yeah, so many people always complained about it. Like it was like one of the
But I
first cards to always be discussed.
I love that deck, but a lot of people don't. So
I guess finish up the rest of the list because
Yep.
it's not really whatever.
All right. Next, we got only one card on the semi-limited, Double Iris Magician.
Nothing.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's there for people that want to play the locals.
10 best deck.
I get to search my time pendulum graph and pop 2 now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
So not too much about the Double Iris to be said. So let's go on to the last card. So Unlimited, Symbol of Heritage.
What does that card do?
Activate only while there
There
are
are
3
three
monster
or
cards of
more.
the same name in your graveyard. Select one of those monsters, special summon it, and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, destroy equipped monster.
Wasn't this like a power tool card or something?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
think
was.
so. I think
Yeah,
it was.
it was. I was talking to Joey. It was used a lot for FTKs.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you used to use Lone Fire Blossom effect and just like loop it, and then you'd use Symbol of Heritage, bring one back, and then you get another monster on the board.
Tom knows.
I didn't even play back then.
Uh,
But I know what it does.
Yeah. I only know because I love Lone Fire. so I know everything that involves all stuff.
What is it called? It seems like a card that could like a lot like weird rogue Cyber Dragon players might start playing, just because like they can get random fucking free cards out of there. So
Yeah,
But I don't think. Do you think it actually will see better play though?
I don't
No.
think so. I don't think
No.
so at all. It's
Not a chance.
yeah, not at all. Because it's just a win more card. It doesn't help with the consistency of the deck at all. It just says like,
It's-
if I'm already winning, I'm gonna win more because I play this.
Yeah,
ridiculous
it's not.
card.
It's not even good in Infernoble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need 3 of the same monster in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same thing too, also with just a lot of like, because this was a power card back in the day. A lot of the power cards back in the day can't match up with the speed of what the cards do nowadays, and so that's why they go unlimited, because it's not that to see like how good can they be in modern day Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just that they got power crept. They like whatever they did back in the day does not signify anything nowadays. Like they're just they're blown out basically. You know, like. That's what I gotta say about Symbol of Heritage. I also don't think that's gonna be seen play at all, because it's just a win more card, but it's not a really great win more card.
So as far as next format goes, everybody get your droplets ready for Wind decks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get ready for Drytron, dude. That deck is now completely like on the it's just
Open the floodgates.
it's just not cool. Like people are about to treat that deck like LP, because at least this last format, like Drytron and there was 2 top decks. Now it's just like I firmly believe Drytron is just not cool. Like it's so above everything. It's the deck to beat. It's the deck to beat.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we don't.
go.
I don't know what I'm going to be playing for this format. Like, I think try Zoo, but I don't know. Maybe try to get with the Shadal. Maybe try to finally get my Shadal Dogma deck invoked. Maybe not. But I think I'm going to pick up some dimensional shifters. So
Oh, the shifter.
yeah.
Well, you can play shifter and Guru now. I think that's it. You can play it in Guru.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. And Grand Maju. Sorry, disrespect.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see a whole bunch of Drytrons go into the grave. That's all.
I mean, it's tough, yeah.
Yeah. What hand traps are y'all gonna be maining going into this new format?
I know Drone Lockbird is gonna be one already.
Bell sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
Goes
That
well.
does sound nice.
Skullmeister.
Yeah. Skullmeister's cool. I like that.
I think Skullmaster's okay.
Bell is also cool.
Yeah. I think Bell is
Bell's
good.
really good.
I think Bell just stops like a more.
It covers more bases.
Yeah, it covers more
it's
bases.
it's the Ash version of Meister. But Meister can hit those prank kids. So.
It's just a prank.
It's just a prank.
Can hit prank kids. Oh, good.
One card that's not being discussed anymore is the Nibiru. Like, it just completely fell out of favor now.
It was already falling
It's
out
most-
because Dragon Link was losing representation, and now it's.
Oh.
Now
Plus,
that
Dragon Link didn't
they're
really
in the-
lose to it because they would make the spheres early.
Yeah, I never.
Oh,
And
so
sometimes I just would just not make sphere and just like get nibbed and be like, okay, and keep going.
Trizu can still do Zeus stuff with less bodies in the grave, but can still abuse Zeus. Yeah, we're talking about like basically Zeus become Turbo Zeus, for the tripart. That's what. So it's still going to be used, I think. I know I'm going to still be using it. I'm going to just turbo it out and just put as much bodies as I can, and link it out, and then banish, and so I can make Omen and stuff.
Mm.
Thank you, Zora, for. We're into the last bit of our discussion, but if you do like what you've heard and discussed about, please hit that follow button.
I think at the very least the list was a lot more interesting than the OCG list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't OCG hit a lot more stuff than us?
No, they didn't. I don't think. I think they it was a very insignificant list.
What about our list? Do you think that was insignificant?
I think TCG was just copying OCG on that one. Well, they've been tried in.
Hey, thank you for the
Oh
follow.
yeah,
Thank
I
you
guess
for the
we're
follow.
playing catch up because they've had LP banned, but
Yeah.
they kept VFD, didn't they? Didn't it survive
Yeah,
another ban list?
they have.
Yeah.
I think they have one VFD.
They
also
just
have
didn't.
to engage.
Yeah, they didn't.
They
They
also have
didn't
3
hit.
Max
They didn't
Cs,
do
so
as much.
Yeah, they do also have 3 maxis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
I think that
completely
just goes
different
back
game.
to like, yeah, I think that just goes back to the OCG just plays a completely different
Yeah.
game. Than
Yeah, because they
the
don't. Because
OCG.
apparently they don't play combo. They really just refuse to outright play
Okay.
combo.
Yeah,
I want to know if
they
that's.
will
I want to
play
know
it,
if
they
that's
just get
true.
Well, they also have
punished.
Max C in their format.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like the OCG has Max C still.
Then I still need to pick up a
Yeah.
maxi just because in case of any time that it ever goes off that list, like I want to have it in my hands.
I just mean more things happened. Like just from a numbers standpoint, like
Mm.
I think they literally only like did 3 cards, like unbanned 1, and like I think they banned Dryden, limited something.
Damn, my boy McDonald wants to be nice to me, right?
I honestly like the OCG's approach to like maxi, how they just like how they like allow maxi, but they limit hand traps.
Yeah.
It like checks combo decks to where it's just not like a format like, oh, I lost the die roll, my hand's bad, unfortunate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, as far as hand traps go, I'm gonna be playing crossout designator.
Whenever it ever comes out.
If it ever comes out.
If it ever comes out, yeah.
Dang, bro.
Like how many sets now has it been that people have been saying that's gonna come out?
All of them.
How long did we wait for Halka Fibrex?
Dude.
How long did we wait for Halka Fibrex? The end of Master Rule 4 is when we got Halk.
How long did we wait for Dragoon?
That too. Well,
Yeah.
how long was the Dragoon? Was it
We
a
got
year?
negatives.
I think it was a year.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
I think Dragoon was a year wait. I think so.
Look at Gio. He has all those Funko Pops.
I feel like crossout is so much more toxic in our world than it is over in theirs because we're so combo.
Because
Yeah.
we don't have MacD.
Yeah, I mean like it stops Maxi over there, but the thing is like they just straight up play control, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like whereas like over here it promotes a lot more of like what we're already doing.
Yep. Because everybody wants to call back. Like everybody wants callback to go back to 3, and that's what basically Detonator does.
I'm not playing in this format without 3 called by, like, bro. What? By the next list, we're going to be at almost a year with 1 called by. Like, learn to play better. Sorry.
Hey, even though it's at 1, literally every deck at least has it in the main or in the side.
Yeah. Oh, John, you didn't thank Diamond for following.
I did.
You did?
Oh, I think everybody drowned me out, and I was like,
yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna be that small voice today and not have my voice heard. But yeah, thank you, Sword Diamond. You know, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate everybody who's been watching. I guess to end the stream, just one last question for everybody. What did you think should have got hit still on the list that you're kind of like, you know, maybe a little bit salty or a little disappointed that it was not on the list?
Beatrice. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn! Where's Gio? Where's Gio?
Multi-faker.
Okay,
Gems. I think it was a good list. When it comes to hitting things.
Yeah. I think it was fine. Trident was a casualty, unfortunately, but I think it was fine.
Okay.
Nothing major.
I wish instead of Striker, they hit the baby dragons.
Striker.
Oh, instead of Striker? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to keep Striker over anything.
Yeah.
With the baby dragons, like, are we talking about the light and dark, or which dragons are?
Yeah, that's what they mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Chaos Space won't be as free.
Yeah, you don't get free advantage off of Chaos Space. I agree.
Okay.
But if you don't have a rocket package, so you're not playing lights and darks, and you have to play winds, what you're gonna do? Do you play Chaos Space at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
True.
would rather have
Yeah.
Striker over any main deck card. Like, just straight up.
Gio, was there a card that you wish that was on the list that didn't that you expected it to be on there?
I honestly wanted Red Anaconda on the list. Like I Like I've talked about this before, and I
Yep.
think that Verde Anaconda 100%. Like it's not only it's not only an easy way for a deck to say, oh, okay, you stop my combo, here's a Dragoon. Like it's a way for the deck to say like, oh, okay, cool, like you stop my combo, or like I'm going second. The same decks can just as easily play like Super Poly or like other things to
Oh yeah,
facilitate the Verde Anaconda, but I think the Dragoons definitely, like the Dragoon abuse with Verde is definitely what's gonna.
yeah. I
It's
think
coming.
yeah, I think Verde is gonna probably see a little bit more play now that definitely didn't get hit because it makes it easier. You play Instant Fusion, you play Ultimate Polymerization, you play Red Eyes Dragon, or Red Eyes Fusion. Like those are all free cards, and like making your opponent's attribute dark. You know, hey, that's a free Super Poly right there, target.
Yeah. I guess I will go back on mine. I don't want this card to get hit, but I was surprised it didn't get hit. Was like any form of like Winda decks or like anything like that, just because it was so outspoken by the community. I personally don't care if Winda got hit or not.
Oh yeah, because
I
everybody
think
was
it's
talking
fine.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but popularity, I thought Window was gonna get messed with, or like some form of those decks or those archetypes, you know.
Anything for you, Dylan?
He doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh. He's retired.
Honestly, maybe what McDonald said, like something around the Shadala deck. Like I personally think App Cologne.
Yeah,
Could
of
get
course.
hit. APK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just straight up an engine card. That's like I think that's literally Striker Dragon for that deck.
That's why it's
Yeah.
splashable and like heavy dog
That's
variants.
what
or
gets you
those.
Schism.
Yeah, well,
that's
it gets you
exactly-
Schism,
That's what gets
yeah.
you Schism.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
It's what
I
makes
thought
the
Apple-
whole. It's what makes the Invoke Dog deck, or the Dog Shadal.
No, Invoke.
Yeah,
Dog,
Invoke Dog. The whole
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
If they couldn't make App Clone, then it wouldn't matter because the deck just doesn't like. Or if they
There's
couldn't
no way.
send the App Clone, there's no way for them to get the Schism and make Window on your turn. So then Window wouldn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you,
Yeah.
Tom? You got any wish list? Or-
I guess kind of what Geo said is the Anaconda, because like that card just allows, I think, players who misplay or like players who actually like get fucked, like it just allows them too much to like, I don't know what the word I'm like trying to think of, like it's too forgiving of a card and allows like
Yeah.
lesser skilled players to like get back into a game because they just summon Dragoon. Then you're like, oh, I'm like way up in advantage. Oh, but now you have a Dragoon, and because you're going second, now you just OTK'd me. Or and also somewhat selfishly because I would love to play Trickstars again, and I want late stage to come back to 3 because I think that deck is actually kind of like fair.
Yeah.
It's just like that deck I think would be like completely all right in this meta. Like it's not like completely broken, except maybe, you know, roll reincarnations like the like worst thing that it does. But like, so
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like-
forgot the original reason they hit light stage was because of Mermaid.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Mermaid's gone. Like Mermaid should not come back because that like Orcus doesn't need to be splashed into things. Like the only thing that it like really would like be degenerate is just being able to like easily make a Verte Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goons is very much the new Colossus because it's just kind of just like it also just kind of poops on a lot. Like it's nothing. It's not the same effect, but
Yeah.
like there are just a lot of decks that just like well,
Can't
okay,
out
it's like
it.
Tom said, I have a bunch of advantage, but like it's a Goons and my deck struggles against Goons, and so it's just like and it's not fair how easy it was for them to just come back and make that. You know what I mean? Kind of like a Colossus, like oh like. You know, I just started playing Thunder, but I'm gonna end on a Colossus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
And you can't add cards to your hand.
All right. Sora said, "Engage is a thin ice. It can just break and fail, or make it across, and Hornet is still running wild. So it could be one card link climb engine. Goons has field pressure like Colossus. It's hard to get rid of. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is, it's not crazy because it's only 2 cards in your main deck, but like now like you have more cards, like more Hornet drones to like make Verde and stuff, and like more cards to make Verde in the game.
And the only reason, like I say, like I want Verde to get hit and not Dragoons, in general, because like it would just,
Yeah.
Red Eyes players just haven't gotten any support, like any good support in a really long time. And the first support they did get that was good, everybody's like, "Oh, we're playing this in everything." Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every deck makes this. Like, and
And decks playing 3 Red Eyes Fusion just to me are like kind of inherently at a handicap, like Guru Dragoon, like
A bum deck.
yeah.
bum deck, yeah.
But it's just like inherently like already behind in like advantage and stuff. So like it kind of is like, all right, if you want to play 3, go ahead, like play 3.
Okay, so this is the best like splash thing I could find for engage besides being a link 2. It can be a link 2, but it can link into Zeke, and Zeke on summon is a banish, and then you can make it gain attack. That's it. That's the best thing I can see with a splashed engage besides link bodies.
And Verde.
And Verde, yeah.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, Verde is literally the only.
Doesn't Verde need 2 effect monsters? Though?
Yeah, it's 2
Yeah.
effect monsters.
Yeah,
So you play Link Revo, Hayate Kagari.
Yep.
Yeah, you just play Kagari Hayate, and I mean
or
Dex
Link
probably
Spider,
already.
right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, or Link Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And engage is always it's usually a
Yeah.
+1. Yeah. And so for the last person, I guess it'll be Adrian. Do you have any wish lists or thoughts on this list that something that should have maybe got hit?
I mean, I could make like arguments for certain cards, but I think the list overall was alright. I mean, killed kind of it really neutered Dragon Link, like everyone said. I feel like the Stalio returns was well overdue. It's something that should have really honestly happened in the first place. Dryden, like the Dryden hit, that's just copying the OCG. I mean, I get why they did it, but I still don't agree with it. Stuff I wish I would, I guess one card I wish they would have brought back instead was probably Monkey Board instead of Skullcabat and then the Double Iris, the 2. Like, I would have rather had, like everybody said, the Monkey Board. Like, the free scale, because Pendulum's not doing anything for the foreseeable future. And I do like that strategy a lot. It's just, it sucks that you can't really play it right now because there's no good cards coming out. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to Flunderies just, controlling the meta, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
that's the D-shifter deck right there.
Yeah. I would have taken Astrograph over Joker.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yes.
All right, and I guess
Him player knows what cards he wants.
Hey, bro, plus fire all day.
Oh,
Alright.
jeez, you're right. Free my
Plus
boy
five.
Kieran. Free my boy
That's
Kieran.
one of my favorite pin cards. Is Flush Fire. I
Yeah.
don't really like Pendulum, but I
Oh,
like
yeah,
Flush
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. And I guess for me, the card that I wish was... I don't want something banned. I like to be degenerate. So one card that I wish that was brought back was Nightmare Mermaid.
God,
He wants Orgust and everything, right?
Yeah!
Orgust and everything.
Yes! I want
I
Orgust
don't
and
even want that.
Dude, could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine?
I say let's just get rid of the ban list in general and let pure chaos take reign.
Oh, shit.
Orchid is the best
Dylan
deck
got it
then.
ready.
Nightmare
Yeah.
Mermaid.
That's what I'm
I don't
talking
even know
about,
how to say
baby.
It's foreign.
But this is never coming back. This should never.
It should come back. It should come back.
No,
I
I
want
think it'll come
degenerate
back when it gets
formats.
hard.
I want
When it gets
degenerate
hard.
formats.
Just eat it, Dylan.
I'm not gonna eat this. It's foreign.
He doesn't know where it's been, Tom.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know where Dylan's been.
Dang.
Yeah. So I would like to thank everybody who participated today in this discussion. We've been at live for an hour, so I think I'll just cut this discussion for today. Usually we're gonna be doing this probably at least once a week. We're gonna try to do Wednesdays. Dan, the boy already has it ready. He's got the Joker. Yeah.
Oh, bye.
Yeah. So
TS packs. Hit me up.
hey, we need to get those. Hey, are you still gonna play that one dude?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I gotta be on standby. okay. Hey. All right. So thank you for everybody
Snurbles then.
who participated in today. Anybody got anything else to say before we end the stream?
Buy these off of me. I don't need these.
Yeah, they're like what, 20 a pop now?
No. Those are engages, John. Secret
Yeah,
first.
the first dead secret engages. They're worth more than that.
I'm not that nice.
Whoa,
These are the first
whoa.
ones.
I didn't know. Like, I thought I saw
Yeah, these are
engages
the
at 20.
limbs.
I have
Oh,
some
those are the
engages.
limbs, so those are the 20.
This is the ultra. These are on limbs, and these are first. I'm keeping these.
Alright.
Buy these off of me.
No, I have my own. I just thought they were like 2030s, you know. Hey, everybody's attacking me, man. You know what? And I remember coming back.
Please like, subscribe, follow for more content.
Yes, because this is going to go on YouTube, and if you like, subscribe on there as well. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to hit us up. And we do got a Discord server, and I will be putting that in the link for in future. So thank you, everybody, and I hope everybody has a great night.
Gracias a todos.